Hi peeps, I just thought I'd come on and talk about copyright. Let's see if I can video this because Finn's on the couch now. He's gone a bit quiet, but I don't want to give him his medicine before. I'll give it him in a bit when he goes to bed. So I've had a few friends message me. A few people have said, well, you know, be careful with all the designs that you're making, you know, about copyright and stuff. And I was like, and I was sort of reading into it. And then I rang my dad, because my dad does painting and stuff. And he sells a bit of art and stuff like that. And I've always thought, you can have the copyright, the little circle with the C on saying it's copyright, you know, for people not to copy your work. Because someone's designed it like this. This was mine out of my head. I've not took reference off anything. It's just a whimsical girl, as I call it, and there's a lot of whimsical people who do whimsical faces for art, and a lot of them do look similar because whimsical are like they might have longer necks or big heads and smaller bodies and the big eyes. They're not realistic pictures of faces, if you know what I mean. I'm not drawing like real life realistic faces. They're whimsical, quite magical, and you know, the sort of things that I've been drawing lately and the sort of things that I've been showing you. Yeah, people can copy and people do steal other people's ideas and try to resell them or whatever they do, or say that they might put it up on something else and say that it's their artwork, because, you know, people might not know unless saying it's got a name on it or copyright. But my dad was saying he was talking about it to someone the other day, and I was thinking as well, there's a lot of things you have to do with copyright stuff, and at the end of the day, that's if you're going to go and sue somebody, and then at the end of the day, you've got to prove that you did the work. Well, I see it as, I show you on here on YouTube, so this video like I'm doing now will be dated on YouTube and it can be found. So if I'm showing you and you've seen me sat there painting and going, oh, I drew this last night, you know, like I did that the other day, and I did this last night because I was just looking at some roses on the coffee table, and that's where I got the inspiration for this, which I am now drawing on. I can't pick it up. Testing it out, like I said I would, on the canvas bags that I'm going to be designing. And my brand is going to be called Dolly Daydream because it's the same on YouTube, it'll be the same on what used to be Soul Creations. It is Dolly Daydream. My designs out of my head, I've not copied them off people. Yes, I get inspiration, like you do get inspiration from watching other people. I like the whimsical stuff, but the ideas that come that I normally just sit there sketching, that's why I'm coming with a lot of creative ideas. Things are just coming into my head. They're my ideas, and I just see it as, if something ever happened where I thought, oh, somebody keeps copying my work or reposting it as theirs or something, and I was like, oh, I want to take them to court or whatever and sue them for, you know, they're making all this money on my work, something like that. Not that I'm a big artist or anything, or I've got loads of followers, but I'm just saying as an example, my proof would be in, not copyright, having the sign of copyright, my proof would be on, I'm on here, and I'm showing people, and all the pictures that I sketch I put on Instagram, I'm putting on YouTube, it's there, so the date of when I did it and showing you me doing it is on camera for evidence. Do you know what I mean? So that's my evidence in that sense, if you know what I mean. And I just think people taking inspiration off people, but if you like in a certain way somebody draws, what I do is I might take something from somebody and think, oh yeah, I like that idea, they've used that for this, but then I go away and think of my own thing and draw it up, and they come out of my own head. So yeah, it's not nice that people do that, but people do everything in all sorts of different ways, don't they, with all sorts of different things. People do take people's art and pin it up and say, oh, they did it. There was a girl on here, can't remember what she was called, I think she had quite a big fan base, and she was saying she was drawing, sketching and putting pieces of artwork up, or recreating the artwork but copying it, everything, you know, nothing was changed, it was exactly the same as the person, but she was saying it was her artwork, and it actually wasn't. She might have drawn it, but the actual artwork that she was drawing, she'd copied like everything to a T, do you know what I mean? So she'd copied it, it wasn't her work. The enjoyment out of being creative is using your own mind to create something, and you might not be good at some things, but you might be good at others. You might have a different way of drawing, or you might like drawing darker things or something like that, but I'm not saying that about anybody. I'm just saying I see copyright as in, I'm not going to put a copyright on it. At the end of the day, my evidence is on when I come on here. Yes, I do want to inspire people, and I like the whimsical sort of drawings, but my ideas do just pop out of my head. I just find it easier. If I'm still drawing next year, I think I might, people will know this if they're on the arty thing and they know about Ink October, that a lot of people do. I think I'll try it. I've been sketching every day, so I'm sure I could ink every day because I've been doing it. And ideas just keep popping up and popping up. I think the more you sort of create, the more ideas come up. So the next thing I'm doing is these bags as well. I'm going to be selling my artwork on cards and bags and different things because my brain's just going all the time. And, you know, make your creativity your own. My ideas are my own, and like I said, if anything ever happened where I felt, oh my God, blah, 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 I'll just be like, my evidence, I'm in court, my evidence is on YouTube, it's on Instagram, this is what I've been coming up with, this is my idea. Not as in, you can't draw on canvas bags, or you can't do this, or you can't do that, but try to be more like, try and do your own thing. If there's some sort of artistic, or don't even have to be art, whatever it is that you like the look of and think, oh, I wish I could do that, go and learn how to do it. Put your own spin on it, you know, because I don't think you learn by just sitting there thinking, oh, I like what that person does and copying the whole thing. You need to go away and like learn about different aspects of different things. It's like I've just been out to the works because Finn's been poorly. Hang on. I've got quite a few sketchbooks now, but I've got this massive one. I'll fill this, not long, with 150 pages, even though it seems more than that. Because I want a book for anatomy, you know, bodies, feet, hands, because they're like the hardest to draw to me, but I want to learn how to do them. So I want a book for, it won't just be anatomy, that won't all be anatomy, but I want to learn how to draw plants and flowers and hands and feet, them sort of, because I find most people find hands and feet, you know, the body, proportions, faces. I do faces, but maybe sometimes realistic faces. I want to draw plants. I might want to draw still life, not just the whimsical stuff. I want to learn different things because my art may change as I go along. I will be sticking to art because that's what I've said. I've reached 40 and realised what it is actually that I love, and that's what I want to do. It's not just one of them things, you know, me, I get a bit bored and like, oh, should we be doing something else? If you've looked at my video, I've always been quite creative through it, and that's, I've now found my calling, I think, you know, to be coming up with these little designs and stuff. But like I said, take inspiration from people, but try and make things your own. Don't copyright people's stuff. I'm not saying no one's copyrighted mine, but I know people do copyright people's stuff. Like, you know, to the molecule of everything, they just copy it. Well, it's not really your work if you're doing that, is it? You're not really using your creative mind. Because I say the more, I did put some quotes up on, I think it was Instagram yesterday, the more you get creative and you use your creative mind, even if things aren't good at the beginning, creativity will start coming more. When you go and look on YouTube, people's sketchbook tours and stuff like that, you'll see that years ago, they weren't that good. And then they're like really fantastic now because they practice, but it's not just, it's practiced over years of doing it. That's why you've got to make sure you love what you're doing. Like I said, with anything, if you're learning how to knit, you might be rubbish at the beginning and drop a load of stitches. It might be something in sport. You've got to keep doing it and keep pushing through it, because sometimes writers who are writing books, they get like brain block, don't they, where they run out of a creative idea and they have to have a bit of a break. That's why I'm learning now that when I'm feeling tired and I know I shouldn't really be doing something, or I'm saying I'm going to come in here and do something like, but Finn's ill, so I'm waiting for my tripod, or I've just burnt myself out, I've just got to take a break. And I've noticed that on YouTube over the past couple of months, a load of even big YouTubers like, oh, I've been a bit ill, or I've had to just have time off for the week. Because you do, if you're a creative person, you do get a bit like, oh, I have so many things going around in my head. But I'm thankful that then people have said to me, you know, about copyright and, you know, be careful, people not. But I just see it as my evidence is, because I'm on YouTube, some people watch, they're not on it. And I'm on social media, different things, not loads, and I haven't got loads of followers, but my evidence is there that if anything ever happened and I had to take it, I'd just be like, look at my Instagram account, look at my YouTube account. It's all on there, because I don't just put it on here. I put it on here. I put it on 2 Instagram accounts that I've got. I put it on Facebook. I put it on the other pages that I've got on Facebook. My Dolly Daydream page, that's on there now, because I've changed Soul Creations to Dolly Daydream, because I thought, no, I am Dolly Daydream on here. I'm going to keep it to Dolly Daydream. That is going to be my brand name, Dolly Daydream. So these bags that I'm designing, hopefully will come out well. Will have Dolly Daydream written on the bottom of them. Everything will have Dolly Daydream on it. I'm going to be ordering myself a stamp as well with Dolly Daydream on. And I'll be able to say, well, that's my brand name, and you can see that I've been doing it because I've been showing everybody, anyone who can see it all over the world, that this is what I've been designing out of my own little brain. So yes, I just advise you, don't ever think you're not a creative person because you think, oh God, that person, like, ideas just seem to flow and they just seem to do this. They will do if you practice and you do something you love, if you know what I mean. I'm not trying to be hurtful to people, I'm just saying be careful, because also some people don't know, because I remember someone saying to me something once where you might not know that this girl who was on YouTube, I can't remember what her name was, I think she was American, drawing someone else's work to the T and saying it was hers. She must have got in trouble for it, I don't know, because you can get in trouble for it. She might have not known that you can't do that. Some people don't. They might not have even known what copyright is, that, you know, you shouldn't be copying people's work. But I read, and my dad said as well, copyright, even if you've not got the sign for copyright, it's copyright as soon as you design something. So like this thing I'm doing now, I'm going to show you now. I'm drawing it out now. This, it's not painted, you can hardly see it, it's a light sketch. It's come from my last night, which was, what was it, the 5th of bonfire night last night, 5th of November. I came up with this sketch, and this is just a doodle, which I will paint, but the bigger version's going on this bag, which I've designed. So you know what I mean? But some people might not know, they might not, I've never heard of it. You never know. I've not heard of some things. They might have never known, and they might be thinking, oh, I can copy that, it don't matter, and I'll put my name on it. No, you can't. You've got to come up with your own ideas. Take inspiration from people. Like, you like a certain way someone draws, you might like the way someone does their oil painting, or learning how to do manga style, you know, this sort of style, like illustration style. Oh, can't really see because the face is on the other side. There's all sorts of different art and illustrated art as well. And you go on YouTube to learn how to draw, like if it's illustrated manga style, like in the manga style, but you come up with your ideas and your own little characters, like I was saying the other day about, I think he's fell asleep, just let me check. No, he's not, but you can tell the cowpaw's wearing off because he's got his head on a pillow now. The little, it's like I came up with that last night. That was from the mushrooms out of the reference book. Mushrooms look like that, but I put the hearts on and everything else on. Whereas my little designs for, yeah, I think that's what someone was saying actually. These designs, you know, people could take Luna Kitty, who was it? Unilove and Unimere. This was up weeks ago on my Facebook page, and it's been on Instagram as well. I'm showing you these. Came out of my head, I haven't seen them anywhere, I've made them up, they're my characters. They're dated on my social media, if you get what I mean. But yeah, I don't know, I just thought I'd say, because it was Michelle who said, you know, you are if you watch it, Michelle, and there's someone else as well, but thanks for, you know, being concerned. But I think that's, I was saying to my dad, that's how, if I ever had to take someone to court, not be taking anyone to court, but people do, people sue people, but I'm not saying that I'm doing that, this might be over the thing, but people do, that's why they have copyright, they can sue people. I mean, these big artists, but people still copyright big artists, but you've got to be very careful on that side, especially for someone who's not like, because obviously I'm getting seen a little bit, tiny bit on YouTube and social media. The evidence is there, and once you're in the world of YouTube and everywhere, it stays there, so it can be pulled out. Do you know what I mean? If I ever said, oh, this is my evidence because I was on here, but people who are not, but then the other side of the people who are copying, you've got to be careful as well. You've got to think of your own artwork, get your own, like, what do you call it? What's the word? Your own, what's the word? Your style. You know, you're not going to learn any styles if you're just copying. I mean, to the T, if you're copying, you do take pieces like, oh, I like the way their eyes are, blah, 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 or whatever it is. But be careful as well on the other side, the people are doing it, you could get yourself into trouble. So, anyway, I'm going to finish sketching this out because I think he's going to fall asleep for half an hour. Let me see. He might do. We will see. But yeah, I just thought I'd come on and say that, and I'm just going to try and finish off sketching this off because I'm going to see if I can try and paint a bit out tonight. It'll probably take me a couple of days, but I've seen on eBay my new tripod has been posted, so I think it'll be here tomorrow or Wednesday, so I'll be able to show you some of my arty stuff again. And I hope you understood all that, because I don't know if I put that across quite well. And it wasn't meant to be getting at anybody or anything, it's just, that was a little conversation that came up today, and my dad was saying it was funny that he'd actually spoke to about it to somebody the other day, because he said, oh, because he has a gallery, he doesn't have a gallery, but he's in this little gallery thing where there's loads of artists in different rooms and they put the stuff up, and he said, oh, I saw something a bit like yours, but he meant these sort of faces, because they're called whimsical faces, like he said, with the longer necks, and some have bigger faces and smaller bodies, because they're not realistic. They're like whimsical to me, it's like magical, you know, they're not realistic person's face, they're like made up of different proportions. People do mixed media art, and there's a lot of similar people who are similar and similar sort of styles, but they're different because they're made to be a little bit different, so they can stand out from someone else's, and you might know who the work is, because like, oh, that's such and such, but they always put a blah blah blah. Like, there's a girl, I'll have to find out, who does gorgeous paintings, but she always has moths on the pictures and stuff. I seem to always have hearts and stars on things at the minute, and moons on the girls' heads, because that's the witchy side of me and the witchy stuff that I like. Or they might have a heart on the head, but there's always seems to be hearts or stars somewhere, because I do have hearts in my house. And if you're thinking if anyone's thinking, oh, she's probably just making it up, well, there's one behind me. Let's have a tour. There's one up there. There's a light one there. There's a candle one here. There's this one. There is little thing down there, not being well again. There's hearts on here. There's hearts on here. And here. And butterflies. I do have things about butterflies, but I actually haven't put any butterflies on my stuff there, I don't think. Maybe it's because it's not summer, but I probably would do, because I do love my butterflies. There's a heart up there. I have a lot of hearts. I think there's some somewhere else as well. Oh yeah, somewhere else. This massive one which has got lights behind it. Just seeing if there's any more. Oh yeah, near the mirror. These little candle things I've got on my fireplace. Don't know if you can see. Frosted hearts. So, and I've got hearts upstairs. I do have a lot of hearts. Oh, more hearts, more hearts. There's more hearts. These little candlelight things, I've got 3 of them. Bit mad on hearts. Bit mad on hearts, stars, moons, butterflies. I don't know if I've put any butterflies on anything. I think it's just because it's a bit of a summery thing at the minute and we're not in summer, so maybe that's why I've not had hearts on. But yeah, it was just that. I'm going to go see how my little Babba is, because he's gone on the couch now. Medicine's wearing off. I'll see you soon. Bye.